Island.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
That'll make a lot of people excited. Also, another
Yes.
thing I had noticed as well is just, the map layout itself, gives you a lot of great opportunities for rotations, to really move around the map fluidly. It feels like you guys really thought about that. Like, how do you get from POI to POI in a very smooth manner, right?
Yeah, there's so much care, like Stephanie was saying, and the team's absolutely crushed it as we've been playtesting it, is having those conversations on rotations and approaching it from a Warzone and Resurgence point of view. That was key, is, again, taking MP Nuketown for Resurgence is key. It absolutely feels and plays like it.
Yeah, well, speaking of the feels part of it, I mean, the aesthetic stands out big time.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So let's talk about that inspiration, why you guys went the direction that you went with this very retro style, if you will.
Yeah, so when you look at Nuketown and where really the origins of that, it's got this retro futurism sort of aesthetic.
There's a word for that.
There's a word for it.
There is a word for it.
Let me get the dictionary.
Conversation. Everyone is
Today I learned.
It's abandoned, but it's Nuketown. What does it mean?
Retro future. So this was a key inspiration across all the buildings, and really because it's a projection of almost what the 1950s thought the future was going to be. That's really through all the machinery, the robots, the crusher, the reactor. It feels like that, and that was important to us. So you're constantly immersed in Area 99, and you know it's Black Ops. You know it's special to this moment, and you know Area 99 is bringing something fresh and new.
And Archie.
And Archie
Adam.
Come on, you heard him at the top. He's really a special character to the team that we crafted to be the mascot for the nuclear reactor and the nuclear world that Area 99 is bringing. So
the spiritual leader of Area 99. I think we're going to see a lot of him.
Just remember,
hopefully.
do what Archie does.
I love it. I love it.
You are going to hear him in the map. He's all over with the PAs. It's fantastic.
Awesome.
And of course, like I said, this is alpha gameplay that we're seeing here today at Next, because this map is obviously still few months away from launch, but the streamers here live at Next are going to be dropping into Area 99 shortly. Brittany, I have to ask you, I have my own thoughts. I have my own favorite place to land here. What do you think the hot drop is going to be today?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. I think the hot drop today is going to be our manufacturing POI. That's the one that has all the Nuketown houses getting built, right?
Okay.
Any mini Nuketowns.
All of them, yes. And so this is going to be a hot drop because it is a parkour playground inside. Players can run, jump, climb on all of the different house pieces. It's going to be so fun. And it's a good, testing ground for that Omni movement system.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's absolutely
My
fantastic.
favorite is, I have to say, House on a Crane. You talked about it first.
House
It's
on
in
a Crane.
Nuketown shipping. You cannot miss House on a Crane. You got a great vantage up there. Miles, do you have a favorite?
I do. So, I mean, it's hard to choose, but personally for me, I love to get into the command bunker underneath. I like the SMG, the shotgun. I like to really try to dominate that if I can. The circle might push me out, but I'm going to try to hold it. And I have a soft spot where really when you were looking at it is callback to Blackout, Nuketown Island bunkers underneath.
My
for everyone that
man.
knows.
My man. Love it.
It's got that vibe and that feel. So I love to just kind of sit down there like a hermit and a creep and just kind of like watching people.
Okay, duly noted.
Yeah,
we got to play
I'm gonna
sometime.
see you. I'm gonna see you down there.
Yeah.
See, I like that strategy too. Just way in the corner. Really, I
didn't say a corner. Okay, GB.
I'm going to a corner.
He said command center.
Tactical defending.
Okay, but outside of the command center, we're looking outside the bunker. If I happen to look at the periphery of the map, out into the desert, saw some conversation about this online. What else might we see in that Nevada desert?
Well, you might see a hint of something fans love that might come later. We'll see.
Okay.
Get something with scope. You might see
Just
something.
a little hint
You guys,
there.
you guys out here with the teases and everything. My
can't give
goodness
it all
gracious!
away. Come
Every time. All right, folks. Well, we'll be back with more Warzone coverage, including talking about Battle Royale updates, ranked play, and more. But for now, though, let's send it over to our casters for some brand new gameplay of Resurgence maps, Area 99. Fellas, take it away.
Here we go.
Thank you very much, Alex. Area 99 is a mere moments away, but myself and Chris raring to go.
Yes, I want to dress up as a mannequin, though.
Ooh,
Just random comment.
skin. Well, folks, we've got some very, very exciting news for you. That's right, folks. Welcome back to the Castle Circle, Miles and Puckett, and we are welcoming you right now to the TCL Power Hour. For those of you who are here last year, you know what it's all about, but during this next hour, we'll have our creators try to complete these 9 challenges while in the middle of the Battle Royale. These 9 challenges would come with 9 opportunities for you at home to win a 65-inch
How big?
TCL TV. 9 of them.
65 inches?
65 inches and 9 chances to win 9 TVs.
I like these different challenges. This is going to make the gameplay extra spicy. If it wasn't enough And also, if you want to be involved, use hashtag CODNext and hashtag TCLXCOD sweepstakes to enter. Check out the full rules below. Make sure you're doing it right, Miles.
Oh, let's get to the game, Chris. We've got a whole lot of action to get through. Area 99, folks. Let's do it. Yeah. Honestly, can't wait, Chris.
Mannequins. Great.
Imagine a mannequin skin.
at
That would
this.
be a very, very
I'm trying to
interesting
get
game.
it like in week 1. It might take till season 2, but I mean, who
Looks
doesn't want to
good.
dress up?
I do. Look,
Looks
the
good.
idea of a new Warzone map is incredibly exciting to me. I've been so pumped for this.
All right, get up.
So
you got a
many
chance,
talented gamers here as well. I was just looking around to see who would
Oh,
be in our
wow.
lobbies. This should be fun.
Yeah, we had a chance to. I stood behind Shotzi for a while. I got to watch him running around. A little bit of trash talk. I was told to run across the stage and unplug Iceman Isaac's setup, and I wasn't going to do that. I wasn't going to do that, Chris. I'm not that guy.
No. And we should remind everybody, Stephanie said this a few times, this is just alpha. We're going to see an even more polished version by the time you get your hands on it. But, Miles, you and I saw this last night. We had just a few.
This huge play space. The idea that we're going like the home of Nuketown. There's this weird sort of like nuclear family feeling going on. There's mannequins being built. There's all sorts of cool stuff. It's just very exciting.
10 different POIs, and yet we can see, of course, all of our players bounce around to different ones. They said what's going to be the hot drop, maybe manufacturing. I think it's going to be Nuketown shipping, though. Everyone just wants to go to the place that has Nuketown in the name.
Yeah, right. I also love the idea that there is this sort of floating part of the Nuketown map above everyone. To me, it's just such a cool idea to, show a little bit of homage. I know you can look out across the desert, and in the distance there is, the OG Nuketown, which, let's face it, Chris, is going to be in this game somewhere, right?
Absolutely.
Gotta
I
be.
do have to say, Ghost, if you're watching this one, my boy Knight
See how that you don't have to why when
did
you
not
pick up
make it to
anything?
COD Next
So,
this
like,
year.
here's
I
the
personally
animation,
want to
it just
vouch
does
for
it
this
fast,
guy
you know?
after watching him play for Twisted
huge
Minds.
W.
Knight is a resurgence
Cracker,
monster,
got a
and he
sniper out of
refuses to play the big maps. He's like, Resurgence is my home. Why leave?
I leave, and again, the idea that this
There's
one
gotta
is a
be people on
similar
this
size to Rebirth Island, very, very exciting. So again, you've seen the top-down view, you're seeing some of the action at home, you know what you're getting yourself into, folks. It should be a fantastic time. And the whole time, Chris, we've barely brought it up. The entire feeling of like Omni movement being in there, Brad is getting involved, lovely bit of work there with the Tanto 22, and he goes down, but look, a smile on his face and a heart full of joy.
Yeah, maybe he'll come back here in about 17 seconds, Bradders. Excited to have you with us here in DC. One of our 250 creators all playing Black Ops 6 for the first time. Let's take a look, though, at some of the other screens. It looks like Ocean Ops is continuing to dominate. His teammate fell, but Ocean Ops going to keep slaying out.
That's a lovely top-down look. Reactor, obviously the highest point of the map here.
To the pods.
To the pods, boy. To the pods. Dive.
Are you a green pod or blue pod guy?
I think I'd be
wow.
I'd quite like to look at that purple
It does
pod.
look cool.
You're a purple podder.
Although the yellow pod looks like the tallest
I'll
one.
give it
And
that.
These sort of these habitation locations for the staff here at Area 99. Let's have a quick look and see how it looks on the inside. Cool, look at this. Better than my place in LA.
Bigger than my New York City apartment as well. Well done, Future.
Well done, Bleak Future. This love is atom punk vibe, plates, you name it. All the goodies you would expect from Warzone, and of course, brand new weapons here in Black Ops 6. See some dives, mate. Come on.
I was
know
going to say,
you've been doing it all day,
some
brothers.
decent ground loot as well. Every gun you pick up feels like you can do damage with it. There was
Yeah.
very few items that I was like, oh, this is never getting used.
A lot of nice shots there. Aim brought, taken down.
Damn.
And J-God's in this lobby I just saw. Can we get a J-God screen up here?
He's on his team, man.
One
He's on
of
his team.
the legends, of course, of content when it comes to Warzone. If you ever want an update, you go to his channel. He's going to tell you what the meta weapon is, what to be doing in game. He's a family man as well. Always
Family man.
entertaining.
Oh, very indeed a family
Shot
man.
on the right side. I thought maybe
A man who loves to think about his own gameplay. But once again, where are we going, folks? Where are we dropping? What's the game plan?
See, this is what happened. We had a good game going. We already
They had a good game going.
Yep.
Break it down for us,
Now we're
J-God.
like on Regain Central.
Now
for
we're
half
on
the
Regain
match.
Central.
Yep, okay.
I mean, Ocean's patrolling the rooftops, making sure he's got a safe landing. Is there any gear up here? That's going to help out.
Certainly going to help. That's a full
I
squad.
will admit though,
Best.
it
I
does
love the
look
narration of
good.
his own gameplay. Keeping the chat involved for maybe those who are driving.
It has
or not
potential.
necessarily paying too much attention
To be a
what
really
they
good
Instant
Warzone
YouTube
map.
video, you know?
See, there's
Why
the
make
armor.
edits?
It has potential.
Oh, it's quick looking at loot, dude.
He's trying to figure out the new pickups. Oh, okay, this is the armor satchel. What's this? Someone's shooting him in the back. I'm trying to make a YouTube video over here, mate.
Trying to read All right, now we did get the reinforcement flare. That is going to be massive. Anyone who plays Resurgence already familiar with that aspect, but basically, you can get your buttons back extra fast and extra easily.
Well, another absolute demon in the Warzone world, Lucky Shamu.
Rooftop with me on ping.
And listen, it comes already. Rooftop on ping. They're doing their absolute best, folks. Running through. That's a squad wipe to the nice gold highlight there. Another change again to the user interface here on Black Ops 6.
And unfortunately, Espresso still looking over Shamu's body. He's not happy about it. We got to go over to Biffle, though. This guy, I think right now, if it's not Shifty, Biffle is the best player to ever touch Warzone.
I mean, we saw it. Repul's giving him the little goat statue with damn good reason. Watching his Aims 85 here, one of the new assault rifles in BO6. Nameless giving it a lot of love in one of our pre-match segments. Big AR guy, bro.
I love this gun. It's absolutely amazing. And getting to see Biffle run it, he's going to do some things that I just can't do, so this is exciting.
Yeah,
And of
this
course,
is looking
showcasing
so
the new
good
movement.
right
How do
now.
you get to high ground? What's the head? He doesn't matter what armor you have. He has better aim, and that is another one added to the pile. You look at, is that 17 already?
Yeah, oh yeah, 17. That's the top right-hand side of the screen. His elimination count. 6 players remaining in the game as well, Chris. We are looking at a very late match here.
They popped the UAV. They know at least where 4 of them are, and this is just hunting time. This is what these boys do.
Well, he's got his dedicated melee out. Does he have any idea? Does he have any idea that this is going to be a moment in the BCL Power Hour? Looks like someone's going to get TV.
Chauncey's coming on in, and here comes the revives as well. We love Power Hour. Once again, if you're just joining in, we have 9 65-inch televisions to dish out. All you got to do, hang out and throw up some hashtags.
Double ball back.
A little quick look at the cluster munitions, cluster strike. That's an absolute classic, a staple from the Warzone world.
Live.
Good shots, couple of
beans.
tags. Not an easy thing to do.
Yeah, still dialing in the XM4. This might not be the final build.
Yeah, it might not be. Who knows, though? I mean, again, our players, they didn't necessarily have time to create their own custom classes, but what they picked up, they're all very solid, you know?
No, they're going at the zone. They're going at the zone.
They got
Here's a final
money
look.
for days, calling out the rotation.
My screen.
Biffle,
I can't see.
I don't think so, he says. Ending your map a little bit early, and now they've got numbers
Oh my
advantage.
God.
That player does get the revive, so a couple more folks coming back in. This game is not over yet, but Biffle,
It does look
18,
cool, though.
looking for number
I'm not gonna
19.
lie.
These shots are sensational with the ground loop.
I might have to
I
play
love what
this
we're
before
seeing here.
we
The
do that.
communication is perfect. Always
you would
know where
love
the
this.
enemies
Wait, I'm
are.
trying
They've
to
got them
execute.
pinged on the map. And Biffle on the flank is going to get caught out here. Goes for the in-system reach out. You can't hit the movement, baby.
He's getting down. His teammates hitting the assassination. And that is that, folks. Your first Area 99 victory. Biffle and the boys.
Let's watch it one more time. This is Repulse's perspective.
Oh.
The podcast GOAT right now.
Look
And you
at the
can see
win.
they're dropping a 51 bomb
The
as a
win,
squad.
boys.
Welcome to Resurgence here on Black Ops 6.
That's not a bad place to be. Well, GG's there, folks. A very, very exciting look. Very exciting look there to start things off. What an unbelievable run. 51. We'll see if anyone can beat that during the day.
A quite delectable bite of Warzone action right there, Miles. And you can't ask for a better ending. We have so many studs, though, in the building, so many fantastic players, and all of these players are live on their personal channels. So go find your favorite in addition to watching the main broadcast.
In addition to watching the main broadcast, a little birdie has just told me that Lottie is on the floor with a very special guest. Lottie.
Go Cowboys.
Thank you so much, fellas. We're actually heading over right now, aren't we, RG3, to Tim the Tapman for a From the Chair interview presented by Herman Miller. Tim, first of all, welcome to COD Next. Lovely to see you. How are you liking Area 99?
So far, loving it. Didn't fully get to dive into it just yet, but I'm a slow learner, so hoping a couple more games and I'll be able to, compete with some of these other pros around here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's I say that every time I start playing.
Yeah, that's me, bro. That's me.
But Tim, just for you, 4 years waiting for this game to come out. They've been putting it to develop, the longest ever between Black Ops games. What are you looking most forward to?
I think for me personally, it's definitely that Omni movement, and it's literally flipped the game on its head. Like, I didn't know what to expect before coming here, and now being here and playing it, it really is like, you can't, like, I'm going to go back and play the old COD, and it's going to feel so different compared to what I was playing here. So that, hands down, I mean, that's hands down what I was most looking forward to, like, trying out and running with. So
100%. I mean, sometimes it's really the little things, isn't it, that makes such a big difference. And speaking of little things, what is that on your desk, Tim?
Well, so RG3, I saw that you had one of the largest croissants ever in Paris. And so what I did was I tried to find the smallest one I could possibly find for you. You're welcome.
Tim,
you know, don't eat all in one bite. You know what I mean?
My long lost love right here. You know what? Only thing that's missing is my wife, so I might as well eat her, right?
Oh, that would have been bad.
My teeth are too big. Fortunately, my teeth are too big.
That's all right. It happens to the best of us. But love that so much, Tim. Thank you so much. And best of luck in all your future games, mate.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I need it. I'm starting to cook a little bit, you know.
He's cooking. Tim's cooking at COD Next, and only here, folks. Casters is back over to you.
Thank you very much, Lloyd. Well, I'm joined back on stage now with some very, very special guests with a very special announcement about the Call of Duty League's Endowment Black Ops 6 pack. I'm here now with former Navy SEAL and current performance capture director at Treyarch. I'm here with Miguel Vega. Sir, an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much for joining us.
Yeah, of course. We're here with a very exciting announcement today. The Call of Duty Endowment Tracer Pack will launch October 25th for Call of Duty Black Ops 6. It was inspired by and created in close collaboration with former UK Special Forces operators who are here with us today on behalf of Through Dark, a British apparel company founded on the principle that veterans are cut from a very special cloth. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thanks, Miguel. How's it going? Thanks.
Can you tell us a little bit about the inspiration behind the Endeavour Pack?
Yeah, so we've spent the majority of our military careers within UK Special Forces, and in this time we live by the mantra, endeavour through adversity.
This experience, however, is not reserved for the military elite. It is universal and human. We all encounter hardship in our own lives in our own way.
Ain't that the truth? And how did this collaboration with the Call of Duty Endowment come about?
So like the best of plans, interests were aligned from the beginning. As military veterans, the mission of the Call of Duty Endowment resonates deeply with our own brand of beliefs. So developing the Call of Duty Endowment's first ever UK operator skin, knowing our efforts would directly follow veterans across the UK,
One from the UK
US
as well.
seeking meaningful employment.
That's awesome.
As you mentioned, this is the first UK operator skin. What does it mean to be a part of that milestone as UK veterans?
Well, our ethos as Royal Marine Commandos of the Special Boat Service is inextricably woven throughout this pack. From the operator kit to the loadouts and pack essentials, our goal was to create something unquestionably authentic. As proceeds from sales of this pack will employ veterans in both the US and UK, it is incredibly humbling knowing that we get to continue serving the community we all came from.
What can our players look forward to most as they await the launch of this pack?
So our hope is that players recognise that the good they will do by purchasing this pack to help the veterans. Without giving too much away, I'd advise other players to watch their backs, check the corners, and stay away from the water once this pack is live.
Okay.
While a picture is worth 1,000 words, we would like to leave you all with just one: Endeavour.
Well, there you have it, folks. The very first look at the Call of Duty Endowment Endeavour
Does look
Tracer.
cool.
For a deeper dive into the pack components and more first looks, be sure to tune in to the Call of Duty Endowment Bowl immediately following this broadcast, where Louis, Foxy, and I will do a deep dive into the pack. And be sure to get the pack on October 25th when it launches for Call of Duty Black Ops 6 and join more than 3.5 million players who have outfitted their Call of Duty operators with endowment items to help us place more veterans into great jobs. We can't do what we do without your support. Thank you both for joining us today. Cheers, mate.
Brilliant. Thanks, man.
Let's get back to gaming.
Thank you very much, James. Well, wicked announcement. Very, very special. We do have much more gameplay here at Call of Duty Next. You can grab the Endeavour Pack October 25th when it all comes into the store. Thank you very much again, James. Absolutely brilliant stuff.
Thank you, Reggie.
Back over to Tim, the Tap Man. And Tim's actually looking very good. I'm also waiting for my partner in crime, Christopher Puckett, to re-emerge. But for now, folks, you've just got me. What a day we've had so far here at Call of Duty Next. It has been a very good time. On board with
It
Timmy.
looks amazing.
Enjoying himself a little bit of time out here in Area 99.
right now.
Butters and Legion, Chris, what a squad.
But you know what?
This
Pretty
is a
soon
team.
we
I
will
like what
be,
we're going to see here.
getting
It's been a
onto
competition
Fortnite, but
between Tim and Legion to see
I'm
who
just
can have the
loving
most
what I'm
ridiculous
seeing
clips.
right now.
I think Legion's had more
Does
time
look
alive.
cool.
Well, look, that certainly helps. Legion, though, just going down there. We're seeing on the left-hand side of the screen. And it looks like Tim has opted for a different HUD as well. Now, this is something we're going to be talking about plenty. A massive, massive change here. Doesn't just affect MP, doesn't just affect zombies, because all of the HUDs are different, Chris. I mean, so you've got the ability to really customize your game depending on what you're playing.
And some of the perks are going to have an effect on your UI as well throughout this one. You can see Legion having a tough time saying, Tim, I'm good, I'm good. He's not good. Don't go for that revive right now. That's going to cost the squad. Can Butters keep him in it?
Bro. Butters can definitely keep him in it.
She was popping off in zombies.
I will admit,
was not squatting up.
does
She was
look
going
good.
solo, and
does
she was into
look
the
good.
deep rounds.
We got a decent loadout here. I mean,
damn.
decent gear. We've got no plates, though, for Butters.
Care package? Come on now.
No, she's got the squad covered. Absolutely love that there. Legion, of course, and Tim, they're now coming back in. We'll see if our team of heroes and heroines can keep things rolling.
The lads are here.
Let's see what we got.
Let's see what we got. Ooh, that's not bad.
That's a legendary looking. We got XM4. We got ourselves a big old
Sophie
sniper
Ryan,
rifle.
little tracker.
That's a lovely care package.
And it's just going to be a moment to loot up for the squad. Can we go? Thank you. We are going to some people ready to frag out, and this squad is devastating. Iceman Isaac, the Strat Wizard, alongside Teep and Jowo, the Movement King, showing you how he's going to survive in the new game modes.
Of course, the first map we saw a 51 bomb from Biffle's team. Now we're watching the boys on the other side. Yui there, Pop. By Iceman Isaac. And again, a lot of the things are going to be very familiar to you. If you're a Warzone player, you're going to be carrying across a lot of information. Yeah, it's a new game and there's new things there, but a lot of those familiar entities, Chris, they're going to exist. Like certain elements of the store. You know, we've got a new backpack system. The backpack's gone. So that's a big, big change. That, I mean, I'm looking for players who show me the UI, man. Come on.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot of steel eyes, I'll tell you that. This crew is moving Teep, though, in a little bit of trouble. Can Joe get some help? You look at the mini-map. They're going for the divide and conquer strategy. No one within about 1,000 meters. I've measured the map a lot.
1,000. An entire 1,000. Joe's back in 5. Meanwhile, his teammate Iceman Isaac doing everything they can to stay on the move. A little bit of points there. Again, you are a very slight reward, Chris, for not being a camper.
It's looking good, guys.
And high ground, of course,
Looking
is
good.
always crucial anytime.
Just change the way that we play the
It's
game.
gonna be lit,
Absolutely.
isn't it?
So for this year,
going to be
our core
crazy.
design pillars really revolve around fluidity, simplification of systems, and player agency. So when we heard about Treyarch's global systems coming this year to Black Ops 6, we were really excited about the play potential that this could bring to Warzone, specifically with Omni movement, right? So if you think about it, just having the ability to dive, slide, and sprint in any direction, it's a real game changer. It's going to add a new dynamic element to the way players will engage in the combat. We've already seen a ton of clips in multiplayer. We've seen it in the first match already. Like, it's just going to go bananas.
It's basically just the way I'm going to lose all my ones, just because of Omni movement. I'm telling you, it's like I'm going to get absolutely cooked. I can't wait to get cooked though.
The Omni movement is just one of the many systems coming from Black Ops 6. You talked about the global systems. And one of the most exciting new features that will be debuting across the titles are global weapon builds. Lawrence, you mentioned this earlier in the multiplayer section. This is a huge quality of life change. What does it mean for players?
Yeah, so global weapon builds make it easier than ever to create and maintain and access your weapons wherever you play, whether it's multiplayer, zombies, or Warzone. Every gun you create in Black Ops 6 or Warzone is a global weapon build by default and connected everywhere you can use it. So you can slot it into a loadout. If you make an edit to that global weapon build, it applies everywhere it's equipped.
Amazing.
Massive.
No longer going
Holy
in
crap.
one by one, loadout by loadout, and keeping your guns up to date. Global weapon builds also exist outside of loadouts. So if you swap, let's say, your short-range XM4 build out of a loadout in exchange for maybe a Tanto SMG, but you can go back to that XM4 at any time. It's a permanent creation and really makes it easier than ever for players to maintain their guns. And if you're that player who jumps into Black Ops 6 at launch, has your favorite guns, has your favorite weapon builds, when Season 1 drops and the Warzone integration happens, you can easily bring over all of those guns.
That's huge.
Super easily.
I think
absolutely huge.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned Tanto XM. I feel like that's might be the meta in the room at the moment, ironically. But
I know, it's great. You're hearing everyone talk about it. It's wild. But now we have a lot of things that are coming, over as part of, the shared experience that we're going to be seeing with Black Ops 6. And there are going to be a few specific things as well that we're going to be seeing, like perks and loadouts. They're going to be working a little bit differently, in Warzone. So, Pete, why don't you just take us through that, how that's going to play out, how that's going to look for the players?
Yeah, there's quite a few changes happening this year in terms of loadouts.
Okay.
First and foremost, wildcards are coming to Warzone. We're really excited about this because we really feel that this is going to be disruptive in a good way to how players kind of strategize and think about which loadouts to take and how they build them. So the two that we're showing off today are Overkill and Gunfighter. So Overkill is back. Used to be a perk, but now it is a classic, and this time it lives on as a wild card. So for those that don't know, Overkill allows you to take 2 primary weapons with 5 attachments on it. You might want to do that. Like, there might be an engagement that you might want to get into, and you have an AR, SMG, sniper, shotgun, whatever suits your fancy. You can make that choice right there and then. But if you don't want to do that, we're also showing off another wild card today, and that's Gunfighter. Gunfighter allows you to have 1 primary weapon and 1 pistol. And the primary weapon can have up to 8 attachments. So if you really think about it, if you take the right kind of weapon and put on the right type of attachments on it, that might be the thing that turns the tide in a fight.
I have a feeling a lot of people are going to use Gunfighter.
Absolutely. We also have more that's coming, and we'll talk about those as we get closer to launch. But those wild cards are going to be built specifically for Warzone in mind.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes.
That's cool.
So more coming as we look to the live seasons post-launch. But Ted, one of the things you've done is actually revisit some of the underutilized perks and, kind of look at how we might use them for this chapter.
Yeah, so our design team looked at the equip rates of all of the perks over the last year and just how players have used them. And we've taken what would previously have been bottom tier perks, clearly not much value, combined some of them together. Some examples being we took Combat Scout and Tracker. So for anyone who's familiar with it, Combat Scout is when you hit someone, you ping them, and we've combined them together just to be Tracker because it felt like it's really the same play style, same player motivation. But we think the one that everyone in here is going to love, it's got a new name, Sprinter, and we basically combined what would be movement perks from the previous game. So things like double time. There's a perk that we have in the game at the moment where when you're downed, you move quicker. And then on top of that, we've added infinite tack sprint.
Oh, boy.
So we think that's going to be a huge pick rate. And in the pre-read, when we talked to some of the creators, the eruption for that piece was just phenomenal. So.
With Omni movement on top of all of that, we're going to see some pretty exciting movement in the game. But Lawrence, one quick thing I want to touch on. Classic Prestige coming to Warzone. This is new for us.
Yeah, so Classic Prestige in Black Ops 6 is truly a global system. Whether you're playing multiplayer, zombies, or Warzone, you're earning XP towards your next Prestige. And we've never had Classic Prestige in Warzone. It's a first for the franchise. Really excited to see how Warzone players engage with the system.
Wow. I'm the fact that Prestige is just going to be there in general, I can keep things going. I don't have to worry about going to one area. I'm stoked. I'm in. This is great. This is great.
And it's not the only thing that we have in Warzone, because for the very first time, Warzone is getting its own dedicated camo
Are you serious?
track. Lawrence, we're pumped about this. We're seeing these mastery camos right here. They're sick.
Yeah, so I mean, as you guys have been seeing through the broadcast, we've been going big with mastery camos this year. We have an updated camo system, and for the first time ever in Warzone, you will have dedicated camos you can only earn in Warzone.
I'll give them
Camo
credit.
challenges geared towards things you can do in Warzone. This is your first look at
that's
Abyss.
sick.
It's dynamic. It changes when you shoot it. 4 all new mastery camos that we've never had before can only be earned in Warzone.
Yeah, I love all the dynamic camos that we've been seeing here. Really creative, just fun. You know, always a little special thing you get when you shoot your gun and you see colorful things pop up. You know, it's a nice feeling. It's a nice feeling. All right, now we have a lot to be excited for in this chapter, but especially in terms of what's going to be coming with Black Ops 6 here. But you know what? I like new features. What could we be expecting here coming to Warzone in regards to like new features here? Who wants to take it?
So the big one, it's like a new old one. Is,
Okay.
There's no more backpack.
Oh, okay.
So this will be a huge change to the way that the game is played. We really reflected on the last 3 years, and I'm not kidding. We had like a 3-day design meeting on the backpack, and it just gave us an opportunity to like look at the history of Warzone today, and we really felt that with all this fluidity that's coming in with this brand new Black Ops 6 experience, did we want people like stowing stuff and doing inventory management, or do we just want people to like pick stuff up smoothly, run with it, and just go with it?